Hello, my name is Pasi Hara and this is Locked Up with DiGiCo. Today we're looking into a festival setup from this house console point of view. As an example, we're going to use the Coachella Festival 2019 and here we go. Let's go have a look at some specs first. Here we have the specs from Rat Sound, who has been the audio vendor for this festival for quite some time. And this one, the stage is particularly the outdoor theater. Main PA is K1, K2 with Kara front fills, SB28 subwoofers, and so forth. Front of house control is two systems, A and B DiGiCo SD10 consoles with dedicated racks, and both have the Waves Extreme server package. Monitors, also two separate consoles, A and B, which are SD12s with the dedicated SD racks. For monitors systems, we got a lot of DMB wedges, DMB subs, L-acoustics, side fills, and so forth. Two independent splitter systems, both three-way splits, so monitors, front of house, and a guest split, isolated guest split. And your regular mic stand package, some wireless in-ears, and wireless mics as well. Delays, guest snakes, and so forth. For this festival, at 2019, they came up with a generic patch that would go across all the main stages, so all of them would have the same setup of SD10 out front and SD12s at monitors. Here's a front of house patch, and but we're going to scroll down and focus on the monitor side of things. So here at monitors, we'll see an SD12 with the software version 1069, console ID, SD rack with the rack ID, all this. And if we look a little bit further down, we'll see the splitter system where first 53 channels are for artist inputs, and then 54 is so-called party line, where the line checks are happening, 55 monitor talk to stage, 56 front of house talk to stage. The talkbacks are also routed through a shout setup, which is has a front of house shout mic, monitor shout mic, front of house line check mic, monitor line check mic, stage patch wireless, and splits of the talk to stage mics to guest consoles. Also, there's a IM for patch people, and this splitter channel 54 is that so-called party line, and then we got dedicated speakers for front of house and shout. So this is a separate shout mixer handling all these duties outside of the production mixers. Output wise, monitors are first 16 outputs are the in-ears, so 8 stereo in-ears, and then we have about 10 wedge mixes plus a Q, 2 subs, and side fills. And that leaves us with the additional outputs in case there is additional outputs needed for let's say guest in-ears. These in-ears are shared between the two SD consoles with the switcher, and also with tails for any guest use. And let's look into all right, here's the setup, our little monitor world. And this is our stage, with showing side fills and a bit of PA hanging there. This is the festival before the punters come in and ruin it. Here we go. On the left you see the console A, on the right console B, and each artist will be assigned to either console A or B. Doesn't matter if they bring their package or use the consoles or not, they still have a console they're dedicated to route any additional inputs through us or outputs. Behind there you'll see that the shout system with some in-ears and shout mics and a shout speaker. Here's a monitor A, another angle with the PSM 1000 in-ears on the right hand side. Here's your truly waiting for a little sandstorm to come in. Here's what's called a festival cheat sheet. I'm not going to go into details with all the artist input specs and all that, but this is a good overview of what's happening on each day. It's a 3-day festival, so we got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and artist set times. Do they bring their own consoles? Are they renting from RAT? And do they have their own engineers? Also some notes about what they possibly will be needing on top of that. These notes we've been also updating as we go, since not always the paperwork is up to date, as we know, so we'll try to make sure we keep up with these notes and also add them to snapshots and notes on the console. Here's just a little bit of the RF. As you can see, there's 8 RF mics with 8 RF in-ears, plus a couple of spares. These are probably also duplicated as wired spares. Frequency coordination was done by Professional Wireless, so we just basically use their given frequencies and monitor the situation on their behalf as well. All right, over to the console. Here I have the SD12 mirrored on my computer, so we can have a little bit more detail on the view, and having a look at these. First, the layout of the console. Fader banks, where I like to keep both inputs and outputs available in both sides of the console if possible, and this way, if for whatever reason a guest engineer needs to work on one side and I need to work on other side, I can access every channel or every output from either side of the console. We also have a dedicated solo outputs which are assigned on this page. Now on the channel list, like we said, 1 through 53 are band inputs, artist inputs that are not being used right here. On this is a blank start. So, and then we got party channel, wanted to talk back, front of house talk back, pink noise, and some effects returns. And here are the outputs. First 10 are the IEMs, and then we have some wedges come in. 10 wedges, subs, and side fills. A couple of FX sends, matrix outs. On this one, I was using wedge and IEM solos going through matrix, so we could add some talkbacks to them. Let's see our matrix mixer here. So we'll see we have the party line going to the wedge as well as front of house talkback, and both party line monitors and the front of house talkback goes to the IEM queue as well. Here are the solo buses, dedicated IEM solo and wedge solo here. Okay, snapshots. So looking at the snapshots on the console, I've created the snapshot for every artist that was coming through, just in case they needed something from us. We would have a snapshot ready to go. Global scope here shows that almost everything is updated, but only fraction of it's being recalled, like input filters, EQs, dynamics, sends, fader, mute, and so forth. Now, if we were to go to the next snapshot, we'll probably see some channel labeling appearing, and this would just correspond to their input list, obviously. And then on the notes, we would see also what needs to happen for this artist. So here's a self-contained. I like to write the information here, so every time I recall the next snapshot, I get a reminder of what needs to happen for that particular artist. Also have some macros here, which would be a regular save session, and 48 volts to the inputs that are used for artists, and some talk to IEMs that could be enabled here, and also external control. I like to use an iPad to tune my wedges and fills, whatever needs to be on stage. Walk around, and as you may notice, there are some delays applied in some of these. If I go to my wedges, we'll see there's a delay setting here on these wedge mixes. So these are wedges delayed to the side fills, as side fills are normally my 0. In this case, one of the fills was moved to a different position because of lighting or something, so I had to add some delay to one side to compensate. The delay settings are always optional for guest engineers. I like to keep them on my file and not in the amps, and this way I will always have the option of easily bypassing them. We would keep a record of all the output patch and the delay values for any guest engineers coming in with their own files. Okay, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you out there. Take care.